we cannot engage 1/4 of the world's population based on the beliefs of a fringe few. And so we are working hard to establish partnerships in education, in entrepreneurship, in health, in science, and technology. And there's literally dozens of programs that have been implemented. And I won't go into detail on those now, but there is on the White House website, you can find a fact sheet which goes in detail through the follow-up that has taken place since the president's speech in Cairo. And many of these areas are not, and partnerships aren't areas that get the bulk of the attention, of the media. Oftentimes it's the political issues that are in the headlines. But as I said, as we work on those issues, it's important that we continue to create partnerships in these areas as well. Now, with regard to the issue of violent extremism, the president stressed in Cairo the fact that this is something that is rejected by Islam. He quoted a very famous verse from the Quran, which makes clear that killing one innocent person is as if you've killed the entirety of humanity in Islam. And this is a message that the president has repeated throughout his time in office, including in the aftermath of the Fort Hood incident, the attempted terrorist attack on December 25th, and the attempted terrorist attack in Times Square. And we've been very clear about the fact that we cannot let that tiny minority, that handful of people that would seek to create a wedge between the United States and Muslim communities around the world, we cannot allow them to do that based on those actions. And we cannot fall into this trap of thinking that our relationship is based exclusively around issues like violent extremism. But it is an important issue, and this is the first major area where I think it intersects with the discussion about religious tolerance and religious freedom. And that is that we often wonder, with the widespread condemnation of violent extremism, the consensus, the near consensus among scholars in Islam that this is something that is totally rejected by the religious faith and the religious tradition, how is it that we continue to lose young people to this ideology? Now, I've written about this myself, and it's very clear that throughout the tradition, there is no place for the idea that you can kill innocent people as a way of addressing your grievances. No matter how serious those grievances and how real those grievances may be, killing innocent people can never be the answer. And targeting a government's foreign policy and saying that that's an excuse for killing innocent people is totally wrong. But that is a debate that needs to occur at a more robust level in many places, and religious scholars need to be able to speak freely and openly on these issues. And I would say that that is, in the work that I'm doing, is one of the first areas where I have seen a clear intersection between religious freedom, religious tolerance, religious dialogue, and national security. And that is that some of the places that I've been to, these debates aren't happening in an open way, in a robust way, so that it can be made clear to all people, particularly to young people, that this is something that is rejected in the tradition. There's countries that I've been to, one country in particular, where just mentioning these ideas and kind of challenging those that are in authority by making clear, whether it's through the radio or through television or in other open gatherings, that this is something that's rejected, this type of extremism and this type of violent extremism is rejected by the faith, actually puts religious scholars in danger. And so we wonder, how is it that we continue to lose young people to this ideology? I think one of the important points that needs to be made is that the more open a government is towards these types of debates, towards this type of dialogue, towards gatherings where these discussions can occur, it helps our national security in the sense that it becomes very clear what the scholars of Islam and many leaders within the Muslim community have made clear already, which is that violent extremism is something that is totally rejected by Islam and every other religious faith.